Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Sherry Yurton, My Quilting World. And this is a creator I'm still getting to know, but the channel I've seen quite a bit of content from. We've got a lot of friends now in the Tuber Chat family that either have quilting channels or do some quilting within their channels. Sherry Yurton goes a little bit farther and teaches us some of the techniques that she uses, and obviously has quite a bit of experience when you start looking through some of the beautiful creations that she's made. And ever since we started getting a lot of channels in the Tuber Chat family with either quilting behind them or within them, you've heard me say that you don't even have to own a quilt to understand how much work goes in to this kind of thing. Sherry Yurton, My Quilting World, posts videos fairly frequently. Shorts are really starting to move here. When I look at the popular tab, you see a few of these are out of order, and that's because likely a couple of the newer ones are actually still gaining views and going to overtake the most popular one here, which was at 1,400 views. Now she's got 3,100 on another one and 2,200 on another one, so those are going great as well. Then we talk about live stream. She does StreamYard panels and shows a lot of creativity here as well, and she's actually got a live stream coming up tomorrow, so hopefully everybody can catch that. We set notifications for everything we see, like live streams and premieres, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. You guys are making me laugh today. I've been holding in my laughter since the beginning of the stream because I can't believe how overwhelmingly busy we are today. You never really know. These streams are always busy, and I thank everybody for that. But, you know, I'm filling the wheel with names as we always do. Like, look at our beginning. I'm thinking to myself, how on earth are we going to get through these channels today? But I certainly do appreciate the support from everybody. In Canada, we have a holiday today. But I know our American friends are waiting for their holiday next week. It's a little bit different. We celebrate Queen Victoria here. We call it Victoria Day. And then our American friends will celebrate Memorial Day. And forgive me, because even after all these years, I'm unsure if there are other holidays going on, or long weekends, as we like to call them in other parts of the world. Thank you, everybody, for being in here. We've got a bit of action in the chat right away, too. John H. Shelton, The Vlogging Life, is dropping a super chat right now. And the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, did that moments before we started as well. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do shortly. And thank you, Lawless World, for the highlighted milestone message as well. So let's have a look at a channel that the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph wanted us to see. I'm quite sure this is the channel that she was talking about. And it's brand new, so we'll just leave it up here for a quick second, and then we'll talk about it in a moment. And Duke City Crew is here for the first time, but dropping a super chat as well. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I actually had a look at your channel in the background there, but we're all going to have a look at it in another moment. Like I said, super chatters and membership gifters are put up right away. We'll get to as many channels as we can in the next 3 hours, and it's plenty of time, I promise you. And after a little while, I'll get some names onto the wheel from our chat list. That is based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of today's stream. Actually, let me just put up the Groves Bargain Emporium stuff for a quick second here. And then we'll talk about the channel that she wanted us to see in a moment, because I just want to recognize this channel. The Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph has been supportive ever since coming into the Tuber Chat family, and it's many, many months now. And we'll look at her friend's channel in a quick second here. Day One Walks is a creator that we have known for years. That's Day One Adventures. I've got Lawless World TV on the wheel with Tim Mitchell and Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. They got 3 channels between the two of them, actually. Timmy the Racing channel was really early in the door, connecting with everybody as well. One of the things I should mention before we finish our introductions is I know we have brand new channels in the chat for every single live stream. For that, I'm grateful, of course, but I do want to let everybody know, even if you've been here a couple times before, the best success in this chat comes from making the first move, supporting other creators with all the things you wish they would do for you, knowing that they will return afterwards. Our instructions are always in our video description. The idea is that we give unto others much more than we expect for ourselves, and you will hear in the stories that I tell about creators and their channels today that as long as we do as much as we can for everybody, we end up getting everything we want out of YouTube in the long run. Mona Did What is in the house. Marketplace Boutique is Jody Genealogy. Cruz Bolero is here. Mr. Stephanie's in the house. Never too far behind the Groves Bargain Emporium, of course. Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures are up at the top of the wheel with Canadian Family Life. Just Jason Keto and I am Betty J. Gathers. They're all beloved and dedicated moderators here. Mark Craft's channel. Good to see you in the house. Happily Ever Eats is a channel we've seen a couple of times now. That is the wife of Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network, who's been with us pretty much from the beginning. It's at least 4 years now. He has a one-of-a-kind channel, and now that couple has split off into a second production, which is great. Vintage Style by Joe is always supportive here. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft comes in probably every day. Crafty Witch 232 and Butler Family Farm are always on the wheel for the duration of the stream. Darren the Fish and Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Resales in the house. Jesse Journals and Unboxes has been with us for over 4.5 years. And Broke But Bountifully Blessed Carol is here. We're going to get that channel onto the wheel as well. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, but like I said, I will add names to the wheel from our chat list in a little while. Home by Design with Marilyn, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Mona Did What is a dear friend, well beyond, I lost track of how many subscribers she's got now. I make a mistake every time I say it. I think she's past 10,000, but she's going to be very soon, if not yet. I can't remember how many she had the other day when we looked at her channel. And pardon me, now is ADHD at its best. I have to go look. Almost 8,900 subscribers. Mona Did What is truly a dynamic creator with a ton of friends. She's going to have 10,000 in no time. 99 Midnight Gamer YT, good to see you in the house. And I don't mean to miss anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. If I've missed anything anybody meant for me to say, just please mention it with 3 thumbs up or at mention. Tuber Chat Connect and Grow Foodies Vacations is in the house. And when we look at the list, Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is here. Of course, the Fam Adventures. They're both here just about every stream. And then Lucy Warren's World, I caught them earlier this morning for a live stream. The Astute Tourist, I was up early. He said it in his stream too. He goes, oh, Kevin must be up early. Yes, I was up. I usually have an alarm set for 8 a.m. And now I've moved it back. But I, for no reason, got up a couple hours early today. The Astute Tourist is a longtime friend. He's been with us from the beginning as well and does a stream just about every day. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Let's have a look at the Groves Bargain Emporium stuff. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So let's switch back over here. We're going to look at a channel that the Grove's Bargain Emporium Steph wanted us to see. This has happened many times before, where people will drop a super chat so that we look at one of their friends' channels, usually somebody very supportive to them, and we absolutely honor that. It's a generous thing to have done. I certainly appreciate the extra generous support here. This is a brand new channel. Forgive me, I'm unsure how to pronounce that, if there's a specific way, but Seeds of Warmth here from Kathy. They've got a bit of information on their about section so we can learn about the channel. They've got a few videos so far, and they've got some shorts on the channel as well. So I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I'm going to take your longest video here. It's quite a few years old, but that's okay. And I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss any further live streams. We're usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, on Saturday that just passed, 2 days ago, we actually dropped a video instead of a live stream, and that's one of our newest interview episodes, where I talked to Curmudgeon, Alaska, about how to get more than 10,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel. Silent Silver, good to see you in the house. Cruising is fun anytime. That's Jeremy and Cheryl. They got a handful of channels, and they're on every morning with Eddie Lugo Studios as well. Demo Straight Go. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Good to see you in the house. For some reason, I think it's Demo Straight Go, but please let me know. I always want to promote everybody's channel the way they want it promoted. And then again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And thank you to Mitchell for that. There's 5 episodes now of the interview series. I'm going to try to get the 6th one ready to go within a few weeks. We space them out because I only do them once in a while. All of the creators have been with Superchat for years, and they've all long past 10,000 subscribers now. So it's extremely informative. And then Silent Silver, good to see you in the house as well. When we look at the Grove's Bargain Emporium stuff, you'll see that they've got a few videos here, including a couple of songs from the Suno AI system. I'm just going to take the latest video. I'm going to put this into a special playlist I have. I call it my catch-up list. It's a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. They just put that out last week. They've got a couple of shorts on the channel as well. More than a couple here, a good couple of handfuls actually. And when we look at the shorts, we see pure variety. I remember this was the first one, the sugar-free alternative. So they're posting more and more now, which is great because they're getting one of them close to 1,000 views, but one over 1,300. So we're going to see that one in pole position pretty soon. As well, live streams on this channel. This is where the magic happens for Steph on the Grove's Bargain Emporium. What they do here is live auctions. So you're able to watch, of course. They will put up different items for you to bid on. They're usually on for several hours, as you can see, at least 2 hours for most live streams. Sometimes they extend past 3 hours. And it's really cool. This is a kind of format now that is really taking the internet by storm, it seems. There's a new newer app called Whatnot, which features this kind of activity. But it's interesting that we've got quite a few friends now, including Steph, that is doing these live auctions where you can bid on the items right there in the live stream. So it's a really cool thing to be doing. As you can see, she posts all of her streams far in advance. I think she's on daily, pretty close to it anyway, including today. So she'll be on in another 45 minutes or so. And she might be on after we're finished, to be honest with you. I'm unsure about that. After our stream, we'll do a 1 hour on our music channel, which we usually do, our copyright-free music channel. And then Michael's Adventures will have a premiere as well. Lots of activity today. The Butler Family Farm will be on just before we finish. Actually, we're still going to do our music stream, but they'll be on about 15 minutes before we're done. I'll try to remember to mention that again. And then Like I said, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. There's PK Adventure Travels. I don't know how I missed your video from the other day, but it came up recommended right before I started the stream today. And now I want to watch it because they talk about how to stop mosquitoes from coming after you, among other things. And I got that from the title. And I don't know what it is. Maybe I have the blood type that the mosquitoes love, but my dear goodness, I'm like their favorite. Explore with Meg, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Forgive me for not being certain if I've seen your channel before, but it's great to have you here. And there you go, Damo. Okay, so Damo Straight Go. Thank you very much for that. I think we've seen you before, and forgive me if I'm mistaken about that, maybe on another channel as well. That's the Groves Bargain Emporium. Steph, thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'm glad we got to see your friend's channel as well. And John H. Shelton, the vlogging life from the UK, is up now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. John H. Shelton, the vlogging life, has been with us almost from the beginning. I forget if it was a month ago, just about, well, 3 weeks ago, we celebrated our 5-year anniversary, if you can believe it. Time really does fly, and John H. Shelton's been with us most of that time. So is the Bud Files. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Duke City Crew also dropped a super chat, so we're going to look at their channel next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we usually do very soon. It's Marvella. Good to see you here. Nettie and JT are also in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anyone. The key here always is to be active in the chat, just so I can see you. But the real object of what we're doing here has to do with the friendships that are made between creators, and that means starting conversations with people. I'm just here to talk for 3 hours while everybody's connecting. It's really the least important part of what we're doing, putting channels on the screen. I know it doesn't seem that way or feel that way, but I promise you, if you ask anybody who's ever been to Tuber Chat that enjoyed it and has got new friends now, and you say to them, oh, your channel's really grown, what caused it? Not one person out of 6,000 is going to say, well, this guy puts my channel up on the screen and then people go running to it and now I'm big. Like that, it's just not the way it works. What we do is build friendships here so that our channels have a strong and solid foundation of true supporters who really care about our channels, care about our YouTube journey, and eventually care about us. We use the word family around here all the time because it truly does feel like that. And another creator who's been with us from the beginning, Andy's Journeys from Chattanooga, Tennessee, brings travel content. Some traditional and some from interesting, otherwise unknown places as well. And thank you for that super chat. He's done that kind of thing countless times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And I know I've said it a few times today, but we do put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen when those things happen right away. So we'll get his channel up next. There's Izzy Pop. I was with them for at least one live stream today. I think I caught you yesterday and today. We'll put Izzy Pop on the wheel. They're a longtime friend now as well. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. When we look at John H. Shelton, the vlogging life, we see a lot of artistic content in a different way than I might usually mention when we think about painting, even diamond painting lately a lot, or even adult coloring is something that we've seen, or all the other artistic things people can do. John H. Shelton brings us what I would almost call amateur filmmaking in a lot of his videos. There's poetry, there's literature, there's music, and then pure variety. This creator happens to be a huge Godzilla fan. You'll get that idea as soon as you get to his channel. But you can see there's video gameplay, there's reviews here. John H. Shelton's also been with us for many years. I can't remember how long every single creator has been with us, but there was a big influx around 4.5 years ago, and I often recognize some of the creators who are still here today, especially when you think about the fact that we've done 834 of these streams. When we look at the shorts on this channel, there's Godzilla right there, but we see 1,400, 1,500, 1,700 views. And pure variety, and then live streams as well. And John H. Shelton goes live occasionally, but it looks like about once a month he tries to get one out right now. He's working on 1,900 subscribers, and of course he's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then Butler Family Farm, thank you for the kind words. Yes, Butler Family Farm, Jerry and Susan have been with us now, as you can see, long over 2 years. When you are thinking about monetization for your channel, a lot of times you will have members. Some of them will come and go. So I hope nobody gets too hung up on that. You know, nobody's got an unlimited budget. People like to spread the love around and this and that. But occasionally you'll find people who will stay with you for a long period of time, usually after they've met you. Not always. I Am Betty J Gathers is somebody who, grabbed a membership her first day. And I don't want to solicit that kind of thing. I just want to give you an idea of what's possible for your channel. That goes for everybody who's monetized. But you can see that Butler Family Farm has been a member for well over 2 years, which means they've been with us closer to 2.5 years, maybe even longer. Lullaby ASMA Collections. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's a brand new channel today. And hopefully you're feeling welcome. Our instructions are always in our video description. Thank you one more time, John H. Shelton, The Vlogging Life, for another super chat. He's done that countless times before. So has Andy's Journeys. We'll get his channel up right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I almost made a mistake. Almost. I think the 5-second rule counts there. So we got Duke City Crew up right now, who's brand new in the chat today. And then Andy's Journey is going to come up in a moment. Hannah Rebecca is also here. That's another longtime friend. And Tim Mitchell's actually making us laugh, but he's actually got a few videos coming out now and live streams as well, which is great to see. And then Vintage Style by Joe. I think I said hello earlier. They're always supportive. And I don't mean to miss anybody. I know I say it a million times, but one of the lessons that I promise you I've learned over the last 8 years that I've actually been on YouTube is that exclusion is one of the things that can be detrimental. You know, it would be such a shame for somebody to come to your channel, not feel welcome, and just leave and never come back. There's 50 million channels. They'll never find you again. You know what I mean? So we want to make people feel welcome and included in our channels and things like that as well. And then here in this channel, we don't usually ask for support. We try never to. I'd like to encourage that. The idea here is to support other creators first with things like watch hours and all the things we need, subscribing and everything else. And then people will come back and do the same thing for you afterwards. And then, yeah, I imagine there's a bit of a language barrier there as well, but that's okay. And thank you, Pete, for that. So we just want to watch self-promotion. It's not that it's that much of a big deal here. The moderators will just knock messages out, which is okay. But also, it's possible to go to another channel. Like, there's many of them out there, like millions, like I just said. And when we self-promote, some people can get really, really upset about that. You can find yourself timed out, banned, and worse. And we don't want that for anybody. So here we try to keep it to a minimum, just so that everybody has a better time, no matter where they are, because I can't stream 24 hours a day, of course. And then Sarin and Arel, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hopefully you're doing what you need to be safe. And thank you for that info. Fever Dream Animation, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. The Debbie Way Gaming is here, the Debbyiest. You made me laugh the other day. I hope you caught that back when I said it in the chat. Duke City Crew is brand new to Tuber Chat today, and they also dropped a Super Chat. And we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. But what I'm going to do is something a little bit different here. This creator only has shorts on the channel right now. You can see that a couple of these have done really well, which is great to see. But what I'm going to do is show you a quick trick, first of all. I've seen this one before. I forget if it was on TikTok or somewhere else. I've seen this actually. I think I saw it yesterday. And then it popped up here. But there's a trick you can do, at least if you're on a computer. It's probably much more difficult on a phone. But you can take the word shorts out of the URL in the address bar and just replace it with the word watch, and you'll see what happens. The video gets all the same controls as a regular video, but you still watch it in vertical format. I can give it its like. I can save it to a playlist very easily here. So I'm going to take this one and put it in my watch later list. That will allow me to connect after the stream today. And then what I'm going to do is go back to the channel. I'm going to look at the popular tab again. I'm going to take their second most popular one. I'm going to do the same thing to this shorts video. Replace that shorts word with watch. And then that gives me the opportunity, first of all, to give that thumbs up easily. I'll save it into my catch-up list. And what that's going to do is show YouTube that I cared so much about this creator's content that I already went back for seconds. I'll run those playlists, run one right after the other, and see what these videos are. So Duke City Crew, thank you again for the Super Chat. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. We can see that their shorts videos seem to feature pure variety. So I'll look forward to having a look at those, and then we see that they do some posting on the community tab as well, or what we used to call the community tab. And next up is Andy's Journeys. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Cruz Bolero, not sure if I said hello already. Now I'm getting confused. I've been on YouTube most of the day today, so I can't remember if people are here in Tuber Chat or if I ran into you in other people's premieres and live streams. Cruz Bolero's all over the place supporting people. I'm sure I've run into them at least twice today, I think, in other people's premieres and live streams. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. We're probably going to start moving a little bit faster now. And then when we look at Andy's Journeys, oh, I might have missed something. Pardon me for a second here. We're going to look at Andy's Journeys in a quick second. Oh, and I see Tim Mitchell dropped a highlighted milestone message in the chat earlier. You'll notice those take life off of the stream boss as well, because Andy's Journeys knocked that thing out all in one shot today. And I certainly do appreciate that extra generous support. Like I said, he's done that countless times before. Now, Andy's Journeys comes from Chattanooga, Tennessee. The channel does. But he brings us travel-based content, not just in his area, but in the surrounding areas, or if he goes anywhere else as well. He's not just looking for the touristy destinations, though. Sometimes he wants to explore lesser-known locations to give us an idea of what they might be, so that then when we do head around these areas, whether it's Chattanooga or anywhere else, we have more things to see. I'm just going to grab the latest video. He put that up this morning. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up the smallest bit. He's got shorts on the channel as well. It looked like those, a couple of those look like video gameplay if I wasn't mistaken, but there's a few of these, and we've watched this channel over the years. Andy's Journey's been with us, I think, 4 years as well, or pretty close to it. And when we looked at the shorts, many of these, I can't even remember which one was the most popular one, and over the last year or so, a couple more have really taken off. So he's got 10,000 views on a couple of these, and those are newer than most, even though they're a few months old. Andy's Journeys is also working on now 16,000 subscribers. which is no surprise, actually, in this creator we've watched grow over all this time. But I appreciate the extra generous support, of course, and the fact that, you know, channels that have passed the 10,000 are still coming back to continue supporting other creators. When they're obviously, you know, the channels get busier and busier. You can imagine how many comments you're getting on your videos when you got 10 or 15,000 subscribers. So, thank you again, Andy's Journeys and Duke City Crew. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. It's time for me to spin the wheel now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And here's another creator who's on just about every day, actually. Crafty Witch 232 has been with us for many months now. Let's go back and see if I can figure out how long it's been. It's not a year yet. They got 9 months worth of videos here, and I've seen them all. I'm gonna rerun this one because it's short, and I don't know why the red line is not all the way across. That was happening a lot to me for a little while there, for a few weeks or even a couple of months. But we can always just rerun it. We just want to make sure everybody gets their watch hours. Now, Crafty Witch 232 is monetized, but we want to keep the watch hours up as well. Shorts on this channel. I didn't even talk about the content. Pardon me. When we look at what they're doing here, they actually have a lot of different crafty and artistic ideas. So cross-stitching, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and a lot of sewing as well. You look at some of the things they've made here, and what I've noticed most of all is a combination of 3D printing and crochet. And this creator actually makes a lot of different things that they turn around and sell, and you'll notice a lot of pop culture references here as well. Some of these do really well, 10,000, 13,000 on a couple of these shorts videos. Then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator's on almost every single day, and they're either creating or once in a while they play some Animal Crossing. It's been a few weeks since they've done that, but they try to keep it up, and it looks like this channel's like been so extremely active, meaning between the streams every day with the combination of shorts and videos, they're already at well over 1,200 subscribers. So we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 1,300 we know they must be thinking about. And then Hannah Rebecca's mentioning watch hours as well. That's a creator I've known a long time. We've actually swapped playlists, and it is commitment every day. What ends up happening is after 365 days, day by day, you lose any watch hours that are more than a year old. So it's actually a rolling 365 days. So that's one detriment that really catches not a lot of creators, but a good handful, a small percentage, but many. And we have to think about that. Chances are, in 99% of cases, you're going to be making more watch hours today or gaining more watch hours today than you were a year ago, even if you're losing a few. And we get hung up in our mind about the date. Oh, am I going to make it before the year's up? It doesn't matter. You either make it or you don't make it, and pretty soon after, you end up getting monetized. Every channel that comes through here that wants to get monetized gets monetized, almost without exception. And that literally just comes down to a long, it doesn't have to be lengthy in time, but we do have to put up a lot of different videos, let's just say. I don't mean to say different. I just mean that what we're doing is not trying to make one video that's going to make our channel go viral and everybody's going to like it. That's really, really, really hard to do, almost impossible. What we're doing is building a catalog of content. Let's say 100 videos, and then we can see how we feel about it after that, right? Some creators here have well over 1,000 videos on their channel. Some have lost count. which is interesting as well. But eventually what happens is some of your videos start to fly, and then the channel really starts to move. But almost without exception, we see everybody who wants to get monetized get there, and I promise you it's not easy, but it's easier today than it's ever been. especially with so many people to support you. Izzy's Crochet Corner, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. RTC PC Gaming, good to have you in the house as well. And they're brand new, so thank you for coming in for the very first time. Elfish Tanks, I hope I said hello. I know you've been here a little while. The Source is dropping a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that before. We're going to make them the next channel that we look at. I'm going to get them ready, and what we'll do right now, let's go for a break. Right before we do, I'm going to play a clip from the interview series that I was talking about earlier. There are 5 episodes now on the Superchat channel. These are listed in a playlist. And as a podcast, the conversations go on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. All of the creators featured have been longtime friends of ours, and they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you're the master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is, that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube. Could be a tag changed.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part. Because like, if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane or, oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags.
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like that what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video. Okay. We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like a month later, we're like, "Wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up." And I know people are probably going, "No, it's really good," but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, "Wow, this is like not great." But we changed it to that one, and we love that one. And probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at the source right now. They dropped a super chat before we went on that break there. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Members are always added with moderators as soon as we see them in the chat. And after a little while, I will start adding names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. No matter how busy we are, I at least get to a couple of names from the chat, regardless of membership status or super chats or any of that stuff. So RTC PC Gaming is brand new here and asked about exactly how does this work. And forgive me because I don't mention it in detail as often as I should, but I know we've got a few fairly new channels, a couple brand new today. So the idea behind this channel, Superchat, is honestly for friendships to be made. This is not the first growth stream that was out there. Even when we started this 5 years ago, there were hundreds, if not thousands, of growth streams. And there's lots of them out there now. There's a couple of good ones. Some of the hosts are friends of mine now and everything else. But the idea is that we would start another channel with the purpose of connecting with each other, but the focus would truly be put on the friendships, because I understand that when you trade favors with people, when you truly start to build a friendship, you will find yourself not only favoring those people, but being favored by them as well. What that means is that as you gain new connections here, new subscribers, people are going to watch your videos, your watch hours are going to grow. But as you make true friends, they will be there in the future to watch most of what you come out with moving forward. So your watch hours grow exponentially. That's the magic of what we're doing here. It really is about the friendships. You'll hear it in the stories that I tell about creators behind channels here. And really all I'm doing is talking about channels that I put on the screen for 3 hours while we're here. But it's the least important part. Nobody goes running to channels just because they're on the screen. Nobody does that at all. A few people might go just because they hear about the thing, or if they hear the things that I say about the channels, the creators behind them, and my friendships with them, or the things I know about them. But you don't get a flood of like 10 or 20 channels that run to your channel just because I put it on the screen. It's nothing like that. What happens is I get to know the channels over time as they're put on the screen. You know, I continue to talk about them, and as I personally watch videos, like I'm gonna set one up for right now. I'm gonna take this 5-minute video here from yesterday. I'm gonna put this into my catch-up list. It's a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. You can see that the source is putting out all kinds of videos. Maybe I'm gonna grab another one here because I can see it's been a week since I've seen something. I'll just grab any other random video here. Have a Coke day. I drink a lot more Pepsi than Coke these days, but just another video to watch, another piece of content to go through. And this is what helps me get to know creators, what they're doing on their channel. And then anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. I don't think I out loud said hello to Crystal Dragon, Rita House of Creations, but I do have you on the wheel. And Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage, is dropping a super chat right now, so we're going to look at their channel next. The source did the same thing, and then I'll get back to spinning the wheel like I usually do. Things move faster after the first half hour of the stream, after I've done all my introductions and things like that. Now again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everybody. Rushing Wind Mountain, thank you for the comments today, by the way. They were over on my personal channel. I ran into something kind of funny yesterday, so I dropped a short today, and always interested to see how these things are going to do. Pardon me. And then you notice I'm tripping over my words like crazy today. And forgive me for anything I've missed in the chat that anybody meant for me to see. And there you go. Yes, 1,000 true friends or followers is the goal. Just Jason Keto. if you have a thousand true, let's say, fans, okay, you can turn friends into fans. You could do the other as well. But I can't remember if the book is actually called 1,000 True Fans or what it is. There's a book out there. I haven't read that one, but it's referenced by all the other authors that I read. I gotta get my hands on it. But it talks about the idea that if you have 1,000 true fans, you will never look for work again. You hear how bands and celebrities have people that follow them around. Taylor Swift is, too much of a good example, but you know what I mean. She can go on concert and people will pay thousands of dollars, not just for the tickets, but for plane tickets to go from city to city following her around. Lots of celebrities have that kind of thing. It's not just celebrities. There are a lot of people who will help with different things in the world, whether it's self-help, whether it's CEOs talking about business, all the different things we have to do in life. And when people, who are true influencers go around speaking or engaging the audiences, people will spend any amount of money to go and visit them and see them and buy their books and watch their movies and documentaries and everything else. This is where, these people start to really excel financially, let's say. Linda D, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Here, the things we talk about on our YouTube channels, I mean, hey, who wouldn't like to make $1 million a year? That's really tough on YouTube. But if your goal is hundreds or thousands of dollars, then I can help with that. Or we can help with that. Crafting Enthusiast, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we're going to get their channel onto the screen right after Rushing Wind Mountain. I've got a little bit of a list again, so thank you everybody for that. And let's get to it. The Source also wants to help people connect. They've been doing more and more of that lately. They've been talking about it today. Elevated Mindset, good to see you in the house. Southern Bell Auctions, good to have you here. And the Source, I'm the tiniest bit of a Swiftie. It's not that I'm a huge fan of Taylor Swift herself. But I have bought 2 vinyl records. I still buy vinyl records, by the way, but I have bought 2 vinyl records over the last 5 years of hers, and they were both an astronomical amount of money, in my opinion. Vinyl records these days are way more expensive than they need to be, in my opinion, but who's to say I'm right about that when we're all out there spending money on this stuff. So it's my one guilty pleasure in life, let's just say. But I got a couple of Taylor Swift records. I probably like her music just about as much as everybody else, but not any more than most people. I think my favorite female artists of the last 10 years is Dua Lipa. Last 20 years is Rihanna. I don't think Rihanna's put out a song that I don't like. Doesn't matter what style it is. The Source is up on the screen. Pardon me, I get swept away with that stuff. The Source is up on the screen. This creator does quite a bit of variety, actually, on their channel. You see that when we go through the thumbnails, looking at all of their videos. They talk to a lot of different creators as well. We see they've got an interview series going on in their live streams here. Videos can feature more variety. Like I was saying, yet to put out shorts. I wonder if the Source will be doing shorts. There's a bit of a hint for you. Thank you, Rushing Wind Mountain, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support for that reason. Well, actually, we've already got them on the list to go up. They're going to be up in another few minutes here. And then, pardon me if I'm missing anybody again in the chat or anything anybody meant for me to say. When we look at what the Source is doing, like I said, lots of variety in the videos here. But this creators let us know that they really want to help people connect. Now, I just grabbed the video here and I put that into my catch-up list. So that'll give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. And you can see they start their About section with positivity. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Source. I know that they have sent over probably a handful of friends here. Just over the last, I forget if the Source has been with us for about 6 months. Something like that. It may not even be that long yet, but it's got to be getting close if it's not there. So forgive me if I'm wrong. But I know we've got a few friends that have come over just because of the things that the Source says. Not even just when I'm in there. We've had people come over when I haven't even caught the Source for several days in live streams or anything like that. But I've been lucky to have caught them a few times. And Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative is up now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Bone Tired Travelers, I saw them this morning on at least 2 channels in different live streams. They're out supporting people all the time. Yeah, they were on panel too, as a matter of fact. I can't remember if it was on Scott's or if it was on, yeah, I think it was on Scott's this morning. But forgive me if I'm wrong. Rushing Wind Mountain, forgive me, Ruby, I didn't catch that right away, but I see what you said right there. So they're dropping a second super chat there so that we'll look at Jessie Journals and unboxes. She's been a dear friend to all of us for well over 4 years now as well. So we'll get her channel up right after Crafting Enthusiast. I got a small list again, but I'll try to start moving it a little bit faster here. What we're looking at on the screen, Gene Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative. This is another creator I'm still getting to know. So I'm going to grab another video here. They just put out this one a few days ago. I'll put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. I say it a million times, but that's a list I use to get or keep caught up with creators. I can see they've got quite a bit of variety here, but that's in between the vintage items I believe they have, and then creative as well. So I'll be interested to see the different things they're gonna make, like original art. They say they're repurposing a lot of saved items. They do some thrifting as well, which is really popular on many channels, especially when we talk about buying and reselling. People like Marketplace Boutique specialize in that. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,000, 2,700, 4,600 views and beyond. You can see all the different things they've collected, and not to mention made as well. Quite a bit of art there. And then live streams on the channel as well. I have yet to catch them, but they did one a couple of weeks ago. We'll see if they're going to do another one anytime soon. We've got notification bells on for every single channel, and we know that this channel is working on 700 subscribers, so we'd love to push them a little bit closer to that milestone. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, I know I just saw another channel come in. King Morgan, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They're a long-time dear friend as well. And then did the source just make the mustard list joke? Yep, there it is. Muster enough energy to do it. Yes, I understand. I'll tell you something that I'll waste a moment telling everybody something that has nothing to do with YouTube or Superchat or anybody's channel or anything like that. Mama Juju Crafting on the back 40. Good to see you here. I'm going to get you on the wheel. Forgive me, PK Adventure Travels. Ryan and Mel, I mentioned you, but I didn't put you on the wheel. I don't know why. I'll do that right this second. Rushing Wind Mountain is Ruby. They're often mentioned in the chat. I'll talk about their content in a second. A while back, one of our grocery stores, a major grocery chain, if I understand the story correctly, decided to take one of the mustard companies out of their grocery stores. And the company is called French's, as in the word French, apostrophe S. And that company, for anybody who likes mustard, at least in Canada, we love it. We insist on it. There's no no-name brand when it comes to mustard. You have to have French's. But because of this situation, the community snapped, and they got the politicians involved and everything else. So they said, okay, we're going to reverse that decision. So they put it back on the shelves, and now more people than ever before, I think, buy French's ketchup to go along with the mustard, just because it's a Canadian company. I'm in Canada, of course, right? And that, buying Canadians become a bigger and bigger thing over the years. But there you go. So there's a story about the ketchup list, the mustard list, and everything else. Fuzzy Adventures and More is from New Horizons Above and Beyond. That's a second channel for them. And there you go. French's is Canadian. Heinz, I believe, is American. Heinz would have been the ketchup that I used my whole life. I probably do most of the time, but I try to buy, I don't eat a lot of ketchup, but I try to buy French's when I can lately, as anybody would. Just like our American friends will say, buy American. The Canadians are more and more over a lifetime saying buy Canadian. I'm sure we all buy just as much from each other, probably more than we even think. Rushing Wind Mountain up on the screen right now. I mentioned Ruby. Here we go again with my red lines not going all the way across. I'm going to put this video back in my catch-up list. I'll rerun it. They got a lengthy one here at an hour long. Their videos can go anywhere. As you can see, there's a video of just over a minute here and one right beside it at well over an hour, pardon me, and they've got a lot of 12-hour productions as well, I believe. When we look at this channel, they come from the Pacific Northwest. They bring nature and wildlife videos. What we do is reference this somewhat along the lines of ASMR, thinking it's kind of in the same ballpark because there's pleasing audio and pleasing visuals to go along with it. And you get that idea just when I roll over some of the things here. And it's a lot of nature in the videos. When we get to the shorts, this is where you're going to find some humorous moments and a lot more wildlife. These have gotten into 11,000, 13,000, 16,000, which is great to see. And then live streams as well. Rushing Wind Mountain has experimented with vertical and horizontal, portrait and landscape. And it's more of the same here in the live streams. Pleasing audio, pleasing visual. Usually featuring nature. They got a couple of these fireplace videos in there as well. Those are going to be popular, not just at Christmas, but around the Christmas season, I'm sure. And I've been eating like way too much mustard today. Oh, my dear goodness. That has to be Ryan. I can't. That's a lot of work put into that. But I don't know if I know All Too Well as a song. Blank Space for sure. Shake It Off is a favorite. Bad Blood, I think everybody knows as well. It's funny. We often, we got a cat here, one of our two cats. His short version of his name is Trouble, literally. And, you know, when we put the, if I listen to the Taylor Swift song, what is it again? What's the name of the song? Is it just Trouble? I can't remember for the life of me. That's one of the ones I have on vinyl. And she goes trouble, trouble, trouble over and over and over again. I have no choice but to think about the cat when she does that. Rushing Wind Mountain, thank you again for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And Jane Litterick, thank you for the same thing, and the source, of course, as well. Now, Rushing Wind Mountain dropped another one, so we're going to look at Jesse Journals and Unboxes in another moment. But Crafting Enthusiast slipped one in there as well, so we're going to have a look at their channel right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Here, let's give a plug for PK Adventure Travels as well. Ryan and Mel are travel agents. So if you're going to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars following Taylor Swift around, you can let PK Adventure Travels help you with your flights then. That would be beneficial, I'm sure. And then, pardon me, because I know I missed a question there for a second. Let me see if I can find it. Southern Bell Auctions is just saying they're losing their co-host. I'm so sorry. Hopefully for good reason, not negative. And how do you find another? So there's a handful of different creators who actually do similar styles. We talked about the Gross Bargain Emporium Steph today. Lisa's Fun Finds, I think, is doing a similar idea. And there's plenty more. Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale. And they've sent us over another friend. There's a handful of channels where these creators are doing live auctions. Dawn Southern Finds Dawn. She's got a whole community over there, and I always have a good time with them. But between all of these and more, I'm sure, if you continue to ask around here, you're going to find a handful of different channels that do similar content, and then you could just do collaborations, reach out to each person. Forgive me for throwing a wrench into your operation, but you can always try a few collaborations with a few people, see who you really like gel with, you know what I mean? If you can get some charisma or I forget the word I'm looking for, going between the two of you, then maybe you'll find somebody who will do well as a co-host there. Oh, are you serious? Butler Family Farm has a French's Warehouse right there. My understanding is it's a Canadian company, but I could be wrong about that. I've been corrected many times over the years on many different things. But Blessed to Crochet, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's another longtime friend. And Coker Culture is here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Oh yeah, I understand. Southern Bell Auctions. That can be it can be a tough thing. I think, this is another reason why friendship is the important thing, right? How do you find somebody that can help you, but not split off and become a competitor? Let's just say that kind of thing. We've even dealt with that here in Tuber Chat, which is unbelievable, of course, but. Yeah, anything's possible. I promise you, there's enough for everybody. And one of the things that I don't talk about enough, but I've mentioned from the beginning, is there's 50 million channels. I've been saying that for 5 years, so it could be much more than that by now. Somebody could look that up if you want to. How many channels there are out there, which means 50 million different reasons why we start them, 15 million reasons why we do the things they do, and no two are exactly the same, basically. And when we think about collaborating with others, there should be enough room for everyone. None of us can stream 24 hours a day, so it doesn't make sense. I know some people get caught up in the whole, like, you shouldn't do what I do, and there's too many of us, and, I'm on Mondays, and I'm on Fridays, and I'm on in the morning, and you shouldn't be on in the morning, and all that stuff. But I promise you, when you get, when we start talking about 10,000 subscribers and this and that, none of that is going to matter. You're not even going to remember. I promise you. But these are just ideas. But there should be enough out there that people will collaborate without biting each other's heels, kind of thing as well. But Southern Bell Auctions, I'm going to write myself a note here. And forgive me for not remembering if we already are connected on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. Instagram I'm on all the time, but I check Facebook every day as well. There is only one Taylor Swift, yes. And I always feel proud because there's a song out there that I always think it's from Taylor Swift, but it's not. It's the one that Calvin Harris did with Rihanna, but because him and Taylor Swift were dating at the time, he put Taylor Swift on the background vocals, and I don't know how many people know that. This Is What You Came For is the song. I always think it's Taylor Swift, but it's not. But Rihanna is like killer. Every word to every song, everybody can sing. She is like legendary, obviously. Crafting Enthusiast up on the screen right now. This creator, we're going to talk about in a second. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Okay, I'll look for your email on your channel, Southern Bell Auctions. I don't use Discord as much as everybody might think either. I have it. I use it for a couple things where I have to. But I just haven't dug right into that yet. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. Event Yours, good to have you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I'm going to clear out the wheel during our next break and trim it down a little bit. So the key is always to be active in the chat. Members and moderators are always re-added right away if I see them in the chat, just in case I take them out. We'll do that during the next break in another 5 minutes here. Crafting Enthusiast is working on 1,300 subscribers. This creator is bringing us a lot of diamond painting we see in the front of the channel. Oh, I'm mistaken. Forgive me, I'm mistaken. It's cross stitch. I'm still learning. I know there's a big difference between diamond painting and cross stitch, but there's some diamond painting on the channel, and I'm looking at this one right here where they're creating. They're really making a lot of beautiful things either way, and I know it sounds like I'm trying to butter them up now, but let's read from their about section so I can stop making mistakes here. Look, they got many different crafts: spinning yarn, knitting, crocheting, cross stitch, diamond painting, weaving, and they have a hobby farm as well. So they're busy all the time, as we can see. Let me just grab the latest video. This is diamond painting. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them and get a little bit clearer about what I'm seeing in the thumbnails here. They've got shorts that have gotten into over 1,000 views now, one at 1,100, which is great to see. And then live streams. They're live frequently. It's been a few weeks since I caught you. I don't know how. I've been spending more time the last 5 months on YouTube than I ever have before. Even yesterday, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, I told Kristen today I got so upset because I haven't got an alarm on my phone for every single creator and every single premiere. I know that Jesse's on 3 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. I was on YouTube. I would have had 4 windows going with different things, and I still missed it somehow. I caught it about 20 minutes later, I think. Event Chores, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I know I say I try not to solicit that stuff, and then I set the super chat goal every stream, but I really do appreciate that extra generous support. So Event Yours is going to be the next channel that we look at after Jesse Journals and Unboxing, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat again. When Timmy the Racing Channel likes glam rock. Kiss is legendary, obviously. And yeah, we're gonna do a break in another moment here. So Crafting Enthusiast, I'm looking forward to catching you live again. They just did one a few days ago. It seems they're doing these approximately once a week. But you can let us know when you're doing another one in the chat if you have one planned already, if you know what day you're going to go. And they're working on 1,300 subscribers, like I said, so hopefully we can push them a little bit farther. Actually, Southern Bell Auctions today is a holiday in Canada. We call it Victoria Day, from Queen Victoria, obviously back in the day. But that's been going on for a long time. So the Canadians, of which I am one, celebrate our holiday 1 week before the Americans in May. And then we share a few holidays over the course of the year as well. We're going to do Canada Day a few days before your July 4th celebration, Independence Day. And then I think we share Labor Day. And then it starts to get confusing in the fall because we do our harvest and our Thanksgiving early. And then Nesha Antoinette, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And yeah, diamond painting, now that I've seen so much of it over the last 6 months or so, we've had a lot of channels come in that are either diamond painting channels or just doing a lot of it. And I've been seeing more and more of these videos, and it looks relaxing to me. I know I've said that before as well. So Event Yours is coming up. Pardon me. Jesse Journals and Unboxings is coming up in a moment as well. Rushing Wind Mountain dropped a super chat so that we would look at her channel.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So Crafting Enthusiast is going to do one at 1 p.m. Central on Friday. So everybody can look forward to that. I will be working that day, unfortunately. actually, forgive me. I know we should get through more channels, and I can't help myself, but we'll do story time for one more second. I hadn't said very much, and I know I mentioned it the other day, but I had not been working full time for several months now. And, I've been self-employed most of my adult life, so I've always got something on the go. But I just picked up a brand new 9 to 5 Monday to Friday gig that I'm going to be doing now, hopefully forever, but starting tomorrow, which is going to take me away from YouTube. I will not be able to be on the phone or anything like that like I have been for a few years. So I'm going to have to grind it out for a little while there, and then use my evenings for YouTube. So I'm unsure until I get started and see what it's really going to be like when we're going to do streams. So we might start to get into a bit of a schedule, but likely what's going to happen, you'll notice this week's stream is not until Friday night, because I don't know how the next few days are going to go. And then we'll probably be doing them on the weekends. So my guess is it'll be Saturdays and Sundays, maybe at different times. And then one stream during the week. I'll probably aim for Wednesday when I can. Something like that, but we'll still try to do 3 a week. And keep the consistency up, if that makes any sense. So I thought I'd mention that just so that everybody doesn't get confused when I start moving the streams all over the place, because I've already started moving them around. And let's look at what Jesse Journals and Unboxes is doing. So see, this one I know the red line is there because I went back to comment on this one. I'm going to put this one back into my catch-up list again to rerun. But this particular one was from a service called Blendbox. Now, Jesse Journals and Unboxes does not just do subscription services. She does them once in a while. Things like, I always reference FabFitFun and BoxyCharm because I know they're so popular. Jesse gets some from CrateJoy, which is a central website. You can learn about it from her channel, where there's referral codes and this and that, and you can find all kinds of different stuff. She'll have things like that linked in her descriptions of her videos. But she also does hauls, and then she also does a lot of creativity when it comes to the idea of journaling or collages, and she does a lot of collaborating with other people as well, so we get to see a lot of the things she makes from the things that she unboxes. This one here from Blendbox that she did has more things in it. I forget if she said there was 25 things in there maybe, but it's the most I think I've seen. And I watched that video again later. Like I said, I caught it, I think, 20 minutes or half an hour after the premiere ran. I was so aggravated with myself. When we look at shorts on the channel, Jessie features a lot of the things she finds in the unboxing video. So you're going to find crafting supplies, stationery, jewelry, bath and beauty products, snacks, and much more. And then live streams. So Jesse Journals and Unboxes is live occasionally. This is a creator who's so supportive to others. She can go live whenever she wants, and she'll have a flood of support in the chat because she seems to be everywhere all the time. She's actually been with us for well over 4.5 years as well. So her support for everybody has increased over the years, and that's a tough trick to accomplish. Oh, 16 items. Why did I think it was 25? I thought I heard you say 25 in the video. 16 items. Still, 16 things. I've done a couple of, I've gotten a couple of subscription services for unboxings. And I still have 3 loot crates that I haven't opened. They're like 5 years old now or longer. And those only feature 4 or 5 things. So to have 16 things in one unboxing video is great. And shows the value. Not to mention she talks about the different themes. They offer different themes for that one as well. Oh, that's what it is. 25 box themes. Yeah, they do a lot of different things. I thought about a long time ago the idea. I discussed with Corinne's life, Corinne Pierce, about the idea of starting an unboxing service. So here's an idea anybody can steal if you want to. I can't tell the good ideas from the bad ideas. So it's on you, not me, if it doesn't work out. But the idea was to get YouTubers together, and we could do a monthly subscription box where we've got all merchandise. Has to be useful though, from different creators. We have to have things that are practical, like, you know, a mug and things like that, which our moderators have too many of now and everything else. But something that people can use, let's just say, right? And therefore people would get value for whatever they would spend for the boxes. But it's an idea. Oh, and then the tape, yeah, the tape is back in the drawer. The source, there it is, yeah. It's not going on until the camera falls off or turns sideways. When the camera falls off the desk, then I'll use it. That's my excuse for procrastinating again. So that's Jesse Journals and Unboxes. Hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She is monetized. You can support her with super chats and super stickers and super thanks when you get over there as well. Event Yours is coming up next. Thank you, Rushing Wind Mountain and Event Yours, for those super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Let's make this one quick. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do, I'll play a clip from our interview series. All of these creators have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask, is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers, so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it. So it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit. And people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal, that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean, you know, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage, and that you're basically making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too. Yeah. Each person, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
thank you for that, just Jason Keto. You know, I hope everybody remembers. I forget as much as everybody else. I try not to, but to remember to thank our moderators for all the different things that they do. I know anybody would probably watch these streams. I trip over my words a lot and try to speak fast and everything else, but I know a lot of people will say I make it look easy. But if it wasn't for the help of the moderators, you know, with the mistakes that I make or the things that I would otherwise forget, I promise you these streams wouldn't be anything like what they are. The channel itself wouldn't be anywhere near what it is, but I appreciate that. And yeah, all the same music is available as copyright-free music. We'll do a 1-hour stream on our copyright-free music channel right after Tuber Chat. We've been doing that after every stream lately. And then Michael's Adventures will drop a premiere for us later this evening. A few other creators have got things going on, like Butler Family Farm will be on in just over another hour from now. And Hilda DC, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'll get her onto the wheel. I also added the Debbie Way Gaming, and I forgot to clear the wheel out. What on earth am I doing here? You listen to me huff and puff and whine at myself for the mistakes that I make. I meant to clear the wheel out there while we were on that break. Johnny Small Pepper, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. They do a lot of sharing for a lot of people, and I appreciate that. They've been a friend of ours for years as well. Yeah, and it's interesting, just Jason Keto and more. I think when a lot of people start their YouTube journey, we all have to make the right decision for ourselves. I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel. But a lot of us think that background music matters because we've seen so many videos with background music. There's nothing wrong with it, but I want to just point out a couple of things. If you pick a song that some people don't like, which is probably every song, you have a chance of turning a few people away. If you pick music that's really middle of the road, the kind of stuff that you hear in all the biggest YouTubers videos and things like that, it's probably okay. It's better than silence, that's for sure, especially if you're not talking in your videos. However, the biggest thing that I can say, regardless of the music that you're going to put in your videos, whether it's just background music or anything else, it's almost always louder than it needs to be for anybody in the beginnings of their YouTube journey, like we all are when we think about the idea of getting to your first even 100,000 subscribers, because things change as your channel gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Different people come to influence you, and there's different subjects to go over and everything else. But background music, my suggestion is always, if you're going to use it, that's okay. Get it to the point that you really think it's perfect and knock it down about 2 or 3 decibels. I promise you it makes a lot of difference. The biggest YouTubers who talk about this stuff will tell you that audio is half a video. And if people don't like the audio, they will just abandon the video altogether. So this is just a thought. But I don't put background music in most of my videos. Just so you know. Whether or not you should. In Tuber Chat I do, in case I've got to walk away or anything like that, and to promote the copyright-free music. So there's a bit of a trick there. I used to work in radio, and the idea is if you hear a song 100 times, you will probably think that you like it and maybe even come to like it. And so that can make the copyright-free music that we have it gives the impression that it's better than it is. The music's all fine. It fits in with any other nightclub thumpy beat kind of music that's out there. But it is obviously not commercial music. So that's just something to think about. And then Creed and Relate, good to see you in the house. I've got them on the wheel. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming in. Boy, do I like to talk. And it's going to be tough for everybody on Friday after I've had 3 days off. I'm going to have too much to say. Event Yours is up on the screen right now, and I'm just skimming through in the break there a lot of their thumbnails, because this is a channel I'm still getting to know. They've been with us a few months now, but I've only seen a few things here. Now I'm going to grab another video from a few days ago. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, and I think I caught them for a premiere. Am I right? Yesterday, was that a premiere? And I'm going to have a look at this one here, but they've done quite a bit of cruising by the look of it. Actually, I used to work for Celebrity, but not, I say that, but really what I mean is I worked for Celebrity for one summer. I worked on one ship. It was called the Zenith, and it's 100 years ago, but that was a lot of fun. And I enjoyed the time there, but everybody knew, even back then, that Carnival is where the party's at. We can get PK Adventure Travels to clarify, because they know what they're talking about when it comes to that. We got quite a few cruising channels and travel channels. But I'm interested to see more of what they've got. It looks like they're going to give us some serious reviews of the ships and their amenities. They've got shorts on the channel as well that have gotten into 8,300, 9,200 views and beyond. And then live streams as well. They got quite a few of these set up. There's Scott. Scott's everywhere, my dear goodness. It's nice to see familiar faces, though, collaborating with each other. That's controversial cruising, of course. And shots with Scott. That'll be interesting. It's usually trivia with Scott, but we'll see shots with Scott now. They've done that before. And great to see that they're live so frequently as well, because it looks like it's a couple of times a week. So hopefully everybody will connect with Adventures. They've got monetization as well, so lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get to their channel. And then let's spin the wheel. Yeah, Butler Family Farm is going to do a cruise in a few months. It's coming up. Time's going to fly now. Now that when you get to that 3-month mark for anything in life, time starts to fly.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
So I'm just curious if Mark Craft's channel is still here. I know I put the word out earlier. Oh, the source not on a cruise yet. It's a tough thing. I mean, cruises can be expensive, right? If you live in a city with a cruise port, you know, if you're anywhere in Texas, if you're in New York, if you're in Florida, if you're in New Orleans, there's lots of these places that have cruise ports. And if you're there, when a cruise comes up and they say, oh, it's on sale for $500 or $800 or whatever it is, it's a lot easier to get on it than if you got to pay for a flight and everything else. One of the reasons I don't do a lot of traveling, especially now being in Canada, for me to do anything in the States, it costs us almost $1,000 for a flight. There's a couple things in Canada that are very well known. Like our postage is out of this world. It's almost 4 times what our Americans pay sometimes, our American friends pay sometimes. And flights is something where we just get beat down. It is unbelievable. It's hard to go anywhere in Canada from city to city without spending $1,000. I'm talking Canadian, so that works out to about $700 American right now, or somewhere around there. And then thank you, Marketplace Boutique. We knocked out your message there, but I'm sure Scratch and PPA saw it. And Pete, thank you so much for the encouragement there. Yes, it is. Pete's been with me and with us since the beginning of the channel. You know, almost 5 years now. He's been here over 800 times, I believe. And Pete is literally there for every single thing I do on every channel that I touch. And I have no choice but to look up at the sky, thank God, and wonder how we could all be so lucky to have somebody so supportive. But thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. He knows as well as anybody. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Now, the truth is, I want to clarify. I know money is an idea that people get hung up on and this and that. I mentioned the idea that I haven't been working full-time for many months, and Scratch and PPA knows a lot about that, just because he's followed the channels I was running when I was working. That was part of my full-time gig, was running channels for another creator and everything like that, and he's been there for all of that as well. We've done streams when we were working and everything else, and I hadn't said much here, but I hadn't been working full-time for a while. Now, I got a lot of support around me, whether it comes from friends and this and that, and thank God for the last many years I haven't spent every penny I've made everywhere, so I've been able to pretty much survive, let's just say. But the job that I'm about to start came just in time, because I got a big mouth sometimes, and I like, as soon as I found I wasn't going to be working, I was like, oh, don't worry, I'll have a job in a few weeks, it's no problem, I can get all kinds of work, don't worry about it. And it took 5 months. I didn't find out I wasn't working until 4 months ago, but still, 4 months at my age is a scary thing, to not be working and wonder what's coming down the pipe. But I ended up, and I'll tell you something else, and forgive me, we got no time for story time today, but I just want to mention this because it's a frustration, but something that will ring true for a lot of people here. I literally was applying for jobs over all this time. If you can imagine, I've applied for over 100 jobs, passed up constantly, one interview, went nowhere. And it turned out that it's a friend of a friend that ended up getting me the other job. They happen to have needed somebody right at this second. I happen to have been available. Very different from anything I've ever done. I've usually, I've been self-employed my whole life. Sometimes I take jobs, but now I'm going to work for a huge company. They've been around 75 years and all this. Hopefully I'll just do that for the next 10 or 15 years or whatever it's going to be. And that'll be it, but we'll see. But I do appreciate any words of encouragement. I know a couple of people have said, sorry, Kev, because you haven't been working. It hasn't been as bad as it is for a lot of people, only because, like I said, I've had a lot of support around me, and financially it hasn't hurt anything. But I know that it can. But thank you, everybody. I really do appreciate the kind words. But it means it's going to take me off YouTube. I've been on more in the last 5 months than I have been in many years. But it just means I'll be a little bit more in the evenings. Let's just say I'll still do as much as I can. I just won't be able to be on in the daytime as much. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so forgive all the self-promotion and personal talk and stuff like that. I know sometimes people like to get to know creators. I certainly do, but here we're more talking about channels. We're still only halfway through the stream. We got about an hour and a half to go, a little bit less than that. I'll move it as fast as I can. Musgrave Family Farm, good to see you here. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network, good to see you in the house. That is the channel that is behind Happily Ever Eats that you've seen in the chat today. Happily Ever Eats is his wife, and I often speak about Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network highly when they're here. They've been with us for many years, but that's a channel where you can see progression. That creator has really it's not that they needed improvement, because they did well right from the beginning, a truly dynamic creator, but you see the production and what they do on their channel, their flow, the way that they keep everything moving constantly in their live streams. They have improved over the years and are a perfect example that I can point to show people what's possible for their own channels, if that makes any sense. Forgive me if I've missed anything, or anyone that's come into the chat. When we look at Scratch and PPA, we see somebody who I often mention as a shining jewel in the Superchat family, and that is because of the support that he gives, not just here, but everywhere. You heard me mention it. He's been here about 800 times. I'm not kidding. He found Superchat after being connected to my personal channel, after being connected to the creator for which I was running channels for a while ago, and thank the dear Lord for this, because he's known by everybody as one of the most supportive creators that they've met. He's one of the most supportive that I've met in 8 years now, if you can imagine. That still rings true. And I know not everybody can be here every day. I do appreciate every moment, but imagine, we're talking 800 live streams for hours at a time, and paying attention, because he catches probably all, if not most, of the mistakes that I make, and I promise you I make as many as anybody, sometimes more. Scratch and Pete PA puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. What he does is pits 2 lottery tickets against each other and then offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video. If we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. And it's a really interesting, it makes this series unique and a lot of fun to be a part of, actually, because that is a way to make the audience a part of the channel. Michael's Adventures and Makeup Mom and Son are both in the house. Good to see you here. They're both beloved and dedicated moderators as well. And then, yeah, Pete is, not only does he seem to be everywhere all the time, so while it's impossible to support everybody as much as we all might like, even though Scratch and Pete PA only puts out 1 video per week. I'll talk more about a couple of other things he's done a couple of summers ago where he picked it up a little bit. But he's been putting out videos with perfect consistency for well beyond 4 years now. We're actually at about 4.5 years now. And this is the Scratch Challenge series of videos with the lottery ticket theme. But this creator supports others, even those, you know, Tuber Chat's here 3 times a week. That doesn't include whatever I do personally, you know, and he continues to support, knowing that it is impossible to repay anything he ever does. I mean, even if you could, even if you did comment on every video he put out, even if you did watch every single one from beginning to end, even if you did like his community posts and everything else, impossible to support him if you're somebody who posts more than once a week. But he does it anyway, and I think that speaks to his generosity. I'd like to say that's what, you know, draws me to him, but like I said, I can only shake my head and thank God and wonder how we could be so lucky to have somebody so supportive. There are a lot of supportive channels here, but I can't help but you know, just mention these things about Scratch and Pete PA, because I know everybody who's met him feels the same way. California Ford 44, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Create and Relate, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Lily Gazoo, thank you for coming in. And yeah, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. We might hit 100 today. It's possible. Scratch and Pete PA as well, like I said, premiere. So he'll be on tomorrow at 12:15 Eastern. And I'm going to try to be there. I don't know if I can. It's my first day of work, but tomorrow is fill out paperwork and probably go to lunch day. So we'll see. But I'm going to try to be in there anyway. Scratch and Pete PA premieres, and if you can catch him for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this here, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, Butler Family Farm, Garden State Gardener, and a few select others. It's very fast-paced, very high energy. You will meet more friends there. All of our moderators allow people and encourage them to meet more friends the same way we do here. 2 summers ago, Scratch and Pete PA added some vlogging-style shorts videos when he took a trip to Italy, and then he brought us some Italian lottery tickets as well. He also, during that trip, brought us his very first live stream, and I know a lot of people will be encouraging him to do more, but we're happy to see he's expanded the content. You'll notice he has presentation at the forefront of his mind as well. His bright, beautiful avatars matched by content in his thumbnails, his banners updated every single week. He's got a hint, by the way, in these thumbnails about the giveaways that happen in his video series. And then his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video. And which one was it that we just watched where he had to, was it this one? Was it the Plinko one where he had to put the camera on? That was different. I don't know if I've seen that before, and forgive me for that. And somebody mentioned that about one of the other videos. Was it Hot Card? I forget, the other day. Sometimes he has to change up his format because of the way that the tickets work. But I noticed that it was a cool trick. So Scratch and Pete PA as well as monetize, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And he's working on 2,500 subscribers now. And, you know, anybody could learn. Like, we all learn from each other. I learn from creators with channels of all sizes every single day. But one of the things I hope people take notice of is Scratch and Pete PA. You wonder, how could somebody be part of the Tuber Chat family, be here for the entirety of every stream 800 times, basically, for 5 years, and be at 2,500 subscribers? Because you wonder why he doesn't necessarily have more than that. Anybody would expect it. But my bet is that Scratch and Pete PA cherry picks his connections, not jumping on every brand new channel that he sees, and truly making friendships with creators. Because if you can catch him for one of these premieres and see the names of the channels that come through, I promise you a year from now, most of the channels are going to be the same, a lot of the same names, because people will be feel that they want to be connected to Pete, because I believe he brings true friendship. I know for a fact him and all of our moderators care deeply, not just about the YouTube journey and their own channels, but about us, about each individual creator. You know, and this is why we use the word family all the time, because it really does feel that way. I mentioned in a lot of interviews that I do on other channels and things like that as well. And then let's look at Create and Relate. Thank you again, Scratch and Pete PA, for another super chat. He's done that countless times. He took over our stream boss position, which is the video game life meter under my camera there. Every super chat, membership, and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of that. And then you'll notice a little bit of the life is gone because Create and Relate came in and knocked that out there. So we'll see what they've got going on.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat, and hopefully I haven't missed anything anybody meant for me to see. Create and Relate is up on the screen right now. This creator is going to bring us a lot of different types of creativity as well. They talk about arts and crafts, do-it-yourself, literally everything in between. And what I've seen from this creator more than anything is a lot of unboxing videos. Now I've started to see a little bit more where they're actually making a lot of the things that they intend with the things that they've unboxed as well. So it's kind of a cool couple of things that they do, where they show us the different things in the unboxing videos, but then we get to see how they're used, like this Cricut machine that's here. They were working on some merchandise. They've got this sewing machine here, and a lot of things that are related to our filming experiences, like these lights here. They've got at least one camera review that I've come across, and they talk about some of the peripherals we're going to use for our camera equipment and everything else, even if we're using phones and tablets and everything. So hopefully everybody will connect with Create and Relate. We see they got a premiere coming up tomorrow. So we have that to look forward to. This creator's done some live streaming as well. We'll look at those in a second. We see that they've got shorts over here that have gotten into well over 1,000 views. Now there's a Taylor Swift that's got over 1,400. And then live streams as well. So they're doing these fairly frequently. It looks like they're trying to pull these to a couple of times a week now, which is great to see. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. And then 400 subscribers is the next milestone. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards 400. And then Mike from Nebraska, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Let's spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next. I think what we're going to do is take a break again right now. We'll go for 3.5 minutes and we'll come right back. Right before we do that, I'll play another clip from our interview series. So we'll make it quick, but again, all of the creators that are featured in this interview series of videos on the Tuber Chat channel now, there's 5 of them, have all been with us for many years. They're still going through what we're going through here, but they've been through it for years with us. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is, how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow, if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, I don't know, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100, because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Mid-Journey. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing, because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Superchat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too, because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. And then you see a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member. $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this.
All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Nettie and JT. I'm assuming that that is 1111 code, and then just please let me know if I'm mistaken about how to pronounce the name of that channel. I'm unsure if that's a creator we already know or if you're brand new to Superchat. I had a look at the channel in the background, but can't tell. If you don't mind, just let me know. And then when we look at what's happening on the wheel here, so I cleared out a lot of names. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream, so I clear out names here and there, but members and moderators will always be added right back onto the wheel. And I did add another name from our chat list right now. So Timmy the Racing Channel is on there with the Debbie Way Gaming, and then I'll keep my eye on the chat as well. So I'm going to start to try to rifle through channels a little bit faster than usual, because I know I've done a lot of talking today, and I want to get to as many channels as we can in the next hour or so. After this stream, we'll do a 1 hour stream on our copyright-free music channel as well, so everybody can continue connecting. But let's move it. So Event Yours, I keep pronouncing that incorrectly, and it's E-Ventures, so I'm going to try to remember that. Handcrafted by Jackie, good to see you in the house, thank you for coming in. And then Nettie and JT is up on the screen right now, so they're going to bring us travel, food, and fun, mostly travel. You can see that when we start to dig through their videos here. They put one out a few weeks ago from Sydney, Australia. I'm just going to take this video, put it into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get another piece of content watched. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels over weeks and months by hanging out in premieres, live streams, and watching videos. I get to know the content, and then of course anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. And then Michael's Adventures, thank you. Yeah, I saw your premiere. Michael's Adventures is on every day at 8 p.m. Eastern, so I've got our live stream here set to automatically redirect into the copyright-free music channel. That will automatically redirect to Michael's Adventures for his premiere afterwards. Lots of chance for us to continue connecting. And Lily Gazoo, the idea of raid is a word that comes from Twitch, actually, and what it means is that when we finish our live stream or premiere, you've always got a couple people in there, right? And it's a shame to just close things down. One of the things I noticed when I started in the small YouTuber community, before Tuberchat was even a thought, was that we'd be in somebody's live stream, everybody's talking, having a good time, and then when the host has to go, we're like, oh, okay, what do I do now? And the idea of raiding comes from Twitch. They've had it for a long time. YouTube added it, I forget if it was a couple years ago. And what it allows us is to automatically send everybody who's watching that has their autoplay on into the next stream or premiere. And it gives the next creator a bit of a head start, because you can imagine if we got 20 or 30 or 40 people watching here, usually 25 to 50% of the creators or viewers go over to the next thing. So after we're done here, if we got 40 people watching, at least 10 of them, if not 15, will go over into the copyright-free music channel. If we still have, anywhere around 5 or 10 people at the end of that stream, then Michael's Adventures will get a handful of people to start his premiere. And you can see how beneficial that is for everybody, especially when we're thinking about watch hours. So Nettie and JT, I've got your latest video in my catch-up list. We've looked at some shorts here as well, or we're about to. Some of these have gotten into 400, 500, and even 600 views and beyond. When we have a look here, we see Jeanette. So Nettie... Oh, I see. Okay, you're Nettie, and he's JT, so that makes sense. Jeanette, so Nettie. We're learning as we're reading the About section here. And then, yeah, that's a great line. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. I absolutely have to subscribe to that idea. Things change every once in a while, and we can always look at it as a new beginning, right? So let's think about spinning the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next. In the meantime, we know we want to push Nettie and JT towards 500 subscribers. It's an important and exciting milestone, of course.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
I can hear myself screaming at the camera today. So those of us who live stream, you might find yourself speaking louder than you need to, and I'm the biggest one for being guilty of it. I often scream like through the house. If Kristen doesn't come and tell me, then I'll just be yelling the whole time. This is where my voice starts to disappear, but we should be good for the next 55 minutes or so. PK Adventure Travels, you've heard me mention Ryan and Mel. And I was wondering in the beginning if it was Melanie. For whatever reason, I didn't catch on. No, it's Melinda. And when we read the About section, when we go through some of their videos, we start to pick up on that. PK Adventure Travels has got a few things going on. And I got to tell you, I was taken away with this channel when they first came into the Superchat family. But they continue to impress. I find myself wanting to watch their videos. I saw one come up today, and I'm not sure if I can figure out where that one is. Maybe it was not a brand new one. They had a video that came up in my recommended today when I was just on the YouTube homepage right before starting this stream. It was talking about how to keep the mosquitoes and things like that. I hope I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but I don't think so. And then Ryan, if you want to let me know which video that was, maybe I can find it here. In the meantime, so Ryan and Mel are going to take us traveling. It could be camping, could be cruising, could be anything in between. When they cruise, they're going to give us full ship tours. And one of the things I always talk about with this channel is their videos, whether they're a few minutes long or whether they're over 25 minutes or anything like that, it's all action. So there's a lot to see, and these creators do a really thorough job is what I mean to say, including this camping video. This is where the inside joke about the alien tape comes from. And then when we look at their news videos here, Ryan's got this series, and what he's bringing, because they're travel agents as well, what he's bringing is stories that relate to the travel industry that are extremely informative, and each one is bite-sized. They're only around 3, 4, 5 minutes, but they always have something, and I've learned a bit. I've learned a bit that I'm going to keep in my mind to be prepared the next time I start traveling, which hopefully will be in a few months. Hopefully before the end of the year, we'll get back to that. But we'll see. I haven't crossed the border in quite some time. We joke about Olive Garden and things like this, but maybe one of these days we'll get on a cruise. Not today, but eventually. And then PK Adventure Travels is working on 1,200 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Let me get this latest video in my catch-up list as well. Let me see if Ryan mentioned it. It was your live stream last week. That's it. Okay. And then shorts over here. Actually, it's funny. I don't watch as many shorts as anybody might think. I'm on a computer most of the time, but this short came up as a recommended as well for whatever reason. I don't know. It's just, you know, the algorithm, random. It shows you a lot of the channels you're watching lately and things like that, but I recognize the look from Ryan there. Then when we look at these, here it is. Yeah, I missed the live stream. That's why. I don't know how I missed that, and I think I said that the other day. I don't know how I missed it. Oh, it's because I did something on Thursday. Yeah, I think that's why. I was helping a friend with actually some work last Thursday. This is a live stream. I just want to rewatch this. I'll probably, you know, be honest, I'll probably watch the first many minutes of it or skim through it, but I'll run the whole thing regardless of how much, or I'll watch it while I'm working on the computer, because it's lengthy, right? An hour long. But I want to hear what you have to say, because anything to help with mosquitoes, you know, those infrared or whatever they're called with the black light looking thing in it, kind of lights, they get bigger and more expensive every year. My friends are now onto these ones. I think they're $100. They work, but we got to decide how many bottles of bug spray do you have to go through to get to $100, even with the astronomical price of bug spray now. I'm looking for any answer when it comes to getting rid of mosquitoes, because I promise they love me. I know some people aren't affected by them quite as badly, but I'm also allergic to everything and sensitive to everything, so my goodness, do they ever get after me. P&J Travel Adventures, P&J Homestead Adventures, forgive me, I'm tripping over my words today like you wouldn't believe. Crystal Dragon Rita House of Creations is coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And I'll just show you something here. I got my window over here. You see how my chat looks like it's disconnected there? We had a couple of, I guess what we call brownouts, right? Where the power flickered. And I wonder if that's done something to the internet today. And Legends Gaming 667, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Crystal Dragon Rita House of Creations, we're going to talk about in a second here. And now I really will try to keep things moving. It's expensive to be healthy, it certainly is. And then when we look at what Crystal Dragon Rita House of Creations is doing, they're meant to share crafts. So they can talk about paper, fabric, or even food. Yeah, absolutely. And then they've been doing various craft projects for over 50 years. And yes, we're looking at a couple of rollovers here where they're talking about quilting. And this is what I mentioned earlier about the idea. We've got a lot of channels that either are quilting channels or do some quilting. This creator's going to teach us as well about some of not just the patterns and squares that they have here, but alternative patterns. I'm trying to think of what I was... Oh, the chevrons is what I was talking about. I think they were talking about the other day. I'm just going to grab the latest video. So that one's actually a tutorial, so I'll be happy to see that. I'm always fascinated by how things are made, especially things I'm not going to make. But our quilting friends have truly fascinated me over the years. Mona did what obviously is a prominent figure in the community, but she sent over a lot of friends as well. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 500, 800 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they've done a few of these 2 months ago, a month ago. We'll see if they're going to continue those. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. We see that they're working on 200 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther. And then Butler Family Farm is going to be live in about a half an hour. So Jerry's going to go and set up for that with Susan. And we're going to look at Makeup Mom and Son right now.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And Tim Mitchell, thank you for the gifted membership. It just occurred to me right now. We were talking on Instagram. There's an issue I want to talk about with the idea of losing subscribers. Everybody here has probably gone through some loss of subscribers that could be anywhere from just a few to a big chunk, and it drives us all bananas. But I could talk about a couple of reasons why those things happen and what we can do about it. Thank you, Tim Mitchell, for the gifted membership. We're going to look at that channel along with Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. They're always together. They've got a third channel as well. Cruz Bolero picked up that gifted membership. We'll see if they're still here. Living Large with L Crew does vlogging in the truest sense. Thank you for coming in. Manuel's Aquarium is also here. I'll get them onto the wheel right now. We're going to look at Makeup Mom and Son, and this is another creator who's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. Makeup Mom and Son is working on 3,200 subscribers now, which is great to see. And I often say of channels over 3,000, there must be much to be learned from these creators, as well as entertained by, if that makes any sense, because of what they must have been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond. Makeup Mom and Son's been with us from the beginning, over 4.5 years now. And this creator's really evolved in their channel. They continue today to try to come up with different ideas to keep the audience engaged. Michelle, the creator behind the channel, has done a great job of this all the way along. She's incorporated a lot of collaborations, whether they're interviews or other StreamYard panels and ideas, challenges, and tons of unboxing videos, taste test challenges for a lot of products that somebody like me doesn't get to see because I'm in Canada. And of course, being in the United States, she has probably 8 to 10 times the different varieties of things that I get to see. So thank goodness I get to see this stuff on her channel. She'll do unboxings of just about anything that can be unboxed. She does really well with makeup when it comes to the idea of get ready with me type videos. So you see, obviously Makeup Mom and Son was the name of the channel, like from the beginning. This creator brings more variety as well, but you get an idea from the shorts videos of how elaborate the looks really get when she does get into makeup, especially around things like Halloween here. And then she does really well with series of videos like Vlogmas or, you know, a Halloween series and things like that. Lots of live streams, including a lot of interviews. You'll find a lot of familiar faces. We heard from Danielle and James from Unstable TV earlier. Here, there's Hilda DC and Corinne Pierce there. I've been with Michelle on either her panels or other people's panels many times before, and this creator will always introduce us to other creators, not just allowing us to connect, but encouraging it, like all of our moderators here. She's monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And Caden Plays It is another channel that comes from the son of Makeup Mom and Son. So, of course, Mom is helping Son with the channel. But Caden Plays It is going to bring us more unboxings and reviews, as well as some video gameplay on the channel. And they've got videos, a handful of shorts as well that have gotten into over, I think, 2,000 views on one of these. Yeah, 2,200 views on one. And then even a live stream. So we're hoping for more from Caden Plays It, working on their first 100 subscribers. And next up is going to be Tim Mitchell.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then when we look at what is happening with Tim Mitchell, there's a couple creators connected here. So this is also the producer behind Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. One of the things we were talking about, and anybody can reach out anytime, I'm on Instagram all the time, is the idea of losing subscribers. It can be so frustrating, and YouTube plays with all of our numbers. They've been doing it from the beginning. I got a dear friend, used to have over 100,000 subscribers on a channel, lost the channel due to some copyright and everything else, trying to start over, and just can't get the watch hours to even start. And it's so frustrating because these games that are played with our numbers, you know the way I'm putting that, come not just down to subscribers, likes, views, watch hours. They even, you'll notice our thumbs down sometimes disappear if they come from people who just do that all day. And it drives us bonkers, I promise. But by the time you start to get, especially over your 1,000 subscribers, but you know, around 2,000 and this and that, you're not going to worry about it anymore, because you're probably gaining more each day than you're losing in almost every case. And we just don't watch the numbers so closely. It's mostly frustrating in the very beginning. But it's a lot of times due to a few different things. If people are incorrectly connecting with you, which means that they're just coming to your channel, subscribing, and then taking off and never watching anything or never sticking around, that is an obvious reason why YouTube would take the subscription away, right? Or we forget about this, a lot of us, I'm sure. We forget that, you know, a lot of trolls and other people can start as many channels as they want, and then they might come in, like some people think they're doing us a bit of a favor, and they might have 4 or 5 accounts, so they come in and like everything with 5 accounts and subscribe, but then YouTube just takes that stuff away. And sometimes people quit, or sometimes YouTube shuts accounts down, so that can cause big purges. We usually find 3 or 4 times a year YouTube will come through and do a clean sweep. I can't remember for the life of me, it was 30 subscribers or something like that. Some 30 or 35 subscribers I lost on my birthday many months ago. It's in December. But why though? I didn't post that day. I didn't do anything that day. And it just was coincidence that a glitch happened to happen, or a purge, we like to call it. So these are just ideas. Again, not saying I'm right. I don't know if I would believe a Google engineer if I had one in front of me, but it happens all the time. This is why we're so focused here. And you hear me, like, you know, harp on it over and over again about the idea of connecting with videos that are 3 minutes or longer. Very important that we watch the video from beginning to end. You notice when I put channels on the screen here, I'm always subscribed. It is very rare that YouTube takes one of my subscriptions away. It has happened many times, but it's rare in the grand scale, let's just say. But you notice when we look at videos, you won't see it in shorts, but you'll see it in live streams. The red lines are there. You know what I mean? The subscriptions are there. The notifications are on and everything else, because I take so seriously the idea of connecting. Even today, whether we're in Tuber Chat and I connect with somebody afterwards, or whether I'm in a premiere or a live stream, when I'm in somebody else's premiere or live stream, I connect right then and there, exactly the way that we talk about here. Most of you have seen my comments, even if they're copy and paste comments. You've seen them on other people's channels, where you're like, oh, there he goes again, he's watching a video. And you'll notice it's always over 3 minutes, usually much longer. But these are just ideas. You know, it's not that there's a right way or a wrong way to connect. It's just that we've had a lot of help experimenting with this, and we've been doing it this way for 5 years. It still works, so we stick to it. There's other creators that can help you connect as well, but we just do what we do here because we know it works so well. And like I keep saying, we're focused on the friendships that are made between creators here. Each one teach one. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And there you go. Yeah, Just Jason Keto and more. You know, it really does suck to watch subscribers disappear. But if it's not a real person, or if it is and they're not going to watch anything in the future, what's the point, right? One of the things that really hurts our channels is dead subscribers, and I go through that right now. I did some news chasing a few years ago, and I gained like 7,000 subscribers on my personal channel, but my personal channel only performs like a channel that's got about 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers. You can see it when you look at the channel, because the news chasers don't come back. Anyway, that's a speech for you. If anybody needs me to elaborate, let me know. Tim Mitchell is an incredibly supportive creator. They gifted a membership, so we're looking at their channel right now. We always put super chatters and membership gifters up right away. I'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. They got over 100 subscribers, which is great. We'd love a few more so that we can keep that 100 locked in. And then Judgment Day, Mike Harper, good to see you here. When we look at what Tim Mitchell is doing, it's a lot of random content right now, but we see that they've got some shorts coming out as well now, which is great. One of these is almost 1,000 views. And then live streams. Like I said, they've done a few of these. I'm going to run this, pardon me, last live stream they did this a couple weeks ago, but I'll get that run. And then Cooking with Munchie Mafia Official is the second channel, and this is Chef Seavey. This creator is going to take us into the kitchen, but they're not just going to show us the different delicious things that they make. They're also going to show us the utensils, the tools, and the appliances that we might use around the kitchen as well. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them. They've got some shorts over here as well that feature more variety, getting into almost 600 views on a couple of them, and then live streams as well. They do quite a bit of live streaming, including yesterday. Wheel of Misfortune, my dear goodness. And then they've got a third channel here, and I'll just show that to you quickly. The unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel. And when we look at what they're doing here, this is more of a complimentary channel for Chef Seavey here, where they're bringing variety that probably doesn't fit quite in their cooking channel. When we look at shorts, we see more variety here, even one of them at 1,000 views, which is great, and then live streams also. And they've done that up to a couple weeks ago. We got notification bells on for every single channel, so hopefully we'll catch each other as often as possible. I'm gonna try to move as fast as I can. We still got half an hour to go. I'm going to take a break right now. We'll play another clip from our interview series, and we'll come right back with Blessed to Crochet. We use the term family a lot. I noticed you all doing it when I was just starting out. And then, over the years, of course, you use that because it truly feels like that, especially when, you haven't been on for a while, but he comes looking for you and notices. That's a good feeling, and we try to do that for other people as well. But these are just examples of how this starts to feel like a family. And you hear me say often, I know Sylvia feels the same way, that we give much more to others than we expect to receive, knowing that we're going to get everything that we want. I mean, Sylvia, when I was first connected to you, and I can't remember now, I don't remember if it was 4 years or 5 years, but it's somewhere around there, and she was obviously already at it. But thinking back to how you must have felt, I don't know how soon you thought you were going to get over 10,000 and now towards 14,000 subscribers, but it must be a great feeling to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed. I feel blessed. I just feel motivated. I feel uplifted, and I'm happy that I can connect with so many amazing supporters. The people who come in and they stick and they stay. Yes, not all, almost 14,000 people come over, but I have repeat offenders. And what I mean by repeat offenders,
of course,
I'll see you in my comments on Monday. I'll see you in my comments on Wednesday, see you in my comments on Friday. So you always coming back and you're supporting me. And one thing that I do on my channel, and I think this is a big change, and with having so many supporters, when people leave a comment on any video, be it a short, be it a video, be it a live, I'm gonna respond back to you to acknowledge you for coming in, thanking you for coming in. And then I go to your channel and I watch something for you. In order to get support on these YouTube streets, you got to give support. You have to give it. Sure. It's $3.99 to go over there and watch a video of somebody and make a comment. You don't know how much you may change their life.
All right, we're just about back. We're looking at Blessed to Crochet. This is a creator that wants to focus on connection as well between creators. They actually do a lot of live streaming. Maybe we'll look at those first. And we see that they've got a handful of different live streams here. And when we dig through these and start to roll over, you'll see that a lot of them have StreamYard panelists that come on with them. They've got a couple more live streams set up, one for a couple of days from now, one for a week after that. They got shorts on this channel also that feature a lot of variety, including some fiber art or fiber craft. They're getting into 10,000 subscribers. When we look at videos, we see that there's a lot of spiritual inspiration on the channel as well. So I'm going to grab one of these, put it into my catch-up list, and that'll give me a chance to somewhat keep caught up with this creator. But they're posting frequently. Blessed to Crochet's here with us for just about every stream. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. We see they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They're working on 1,700 subscribers. And thank you, Mel Runs Things. Tim Mitchell, thank you for that gifted membership again before we went on that break. And my dear friend Hilda DC, a beloved and dedicated moderator's coming up.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Our internet had the smallest bit of problem. We had like a brownout earlier today, so if something happens with the stream, just please refresh, but it should hold itself together for another half an hour. The weather's been great today. I don't know why that happened earlier. Hilda DC's up on the screen, beloved and dedicated moderator. She's known as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my 8 years on YouTube. She has positive affirmations that flow through all of her content, from the creator herself, special effects on the screen. She even gets Nightbot on the case. She is a strong-willed creator who absolutely stands behind and beside her audience. And then as well, I had the chance to talk to I Am Betty J Gathers a few months ago, and we did an interview. It really turned into a friendly conversation, of course, where I was on I Am Betty J Gathers channel, and I really talked about moderators, my friendship with specifically a few of them. They're all dear friends of mine for many years now, and they're all dear friends of each other. But I told the whole story from beginning to end of my friendship with Hilda DC and why I speak of her the way that I do. This creator is posting fairly frequently. She's trying to get out at least one video a week. Sometimes she'll drop a short as well. And this creator often premieres. What you'll find is whenever she goes live or drops a premiere, she'll have a flood of support in the chat. She can do those things anytime she wants because she's been so supportive to others. She does a lot of cooking videos, home cooking, and then she takes us out sometimes for adventures. And does a lot of taste test reviews or challenges. And she's actually had me go to the grocery store and pick up, where did the chips go? I can't remember where. Here they are. With these popcorners. I had to go get those right away. She did that a few weeks ago. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 6,200 here, and one over 47,000. And then live streams. She goes live occasionally. I don't know how I missed this one a few days ago either. And those look interesting. Pardon me. I wondered why I started seeing those cake bites, and I didn't think it was from this thumbnail. I feel like I got an advertisement for that, and I could be way mistaken. We always think Facebook and everything are listening. We know that they are, but I thought I saw an advertisement for that the other day. But that'll be interesting. Maybe I'll run that live stream replay there. But hopefully everybody will connect with Hilda DC. Of course, she's monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Yeah, Hannah, Rebecca, I don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I really should be spending a lot more time than I do. I just don't enjoy it. I have to be like in the mood, otherwise it's all business. I want in and out of there. It is so frustrating to spend an hour in the kitchen. For somebody like me who's not talented in the kitchen, I can cook to save my life, but I don't make anything spectacular. But you spend an hour making something to wolf it down in 5 minutes.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Lewis Acre Farm Karma is here. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. Manuel's Aquarium is up on the screen, and this is a creator who's just started with videos. They've got shorts over here as well. These have now gotten into 1,000 views and beyond on one of them, and then live streams on the channel as well, where we get exactly what we would expect with a name like Manuel's Aquarium. I'm just going to grab your unboxing live stream replay here, and I'm going to put that into my catch-up list just to run for the watch hours, really. Never too early to start, and every minute matters, of course, right? So Manuel's Aquarium is fairly new. They've been coming in for what I think is a couple of months now, at least a month, if not 2 months. But they're here frequently, and I know they're out commenting on videos as well. So I hope everybody will connect with them. And then we're one channel ahead, because I forgot to take Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official off the wheel. We saw that channel earlier. And one of the things I like about some of the creators here, particularly Just Jason Keto, he's got a lot of recipes that we can follow that only have a few ingredients, usually stuff we have in the house, and are fast and simple to make. Just Jason Keto's recipes are usually like 5 or 10 minutes. Or something we can either put in an air fryer now that he's got a sponsored air fryer video on there as well, which he did a great job with as a review. Butler Family Farm is going live in a few minutes, as a matter of fact, and they go live every Monday at this time. I had to crash into them today, but it'll probably be very unlikely that we do a Monday stream for a long time until we get to another couple of holidays. When we look at Butler Family Farm, we see 116 acres of farmland, which means homesteading style content. They do everything from taking us around their property to showing us their livestock, bringing us into their home, bringing us into the shop, and they've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, and soon koi on their farm. And I think the bees have increased every year as well. And then Butler Family Farm might take us into the kitchen for some cooking. They might bring us out to the property to show us some of the tools they have to make for themselves. They might be in the kitchen. They might be in the shop. Jerry does a lot of woodworking as well. Lots of creators have got, including myself, some of the different beautiful things that Jerry's been making. They head out to a lot of meetups. They were at the Mid-America meetup this weekend, as a matter of fact. They've got shorts on the channel getting up to 12,000 views on a couple, one at 53,000, which is great to see, and then live streams on their channel as well. Oh, 3 hives they've got, Butler Family Farm. Who had more bees than I thought? I think it was Bella's Whisper Farmstead, Kristen. I think I jumped at the video when I first saw it. I was like, I didn't even know they had bees somehow, and they've got an abundant amount of them. I think I said Jerry would like to see it. I think it was Bella's Whisper Farmstead. When we look at Butler Family Farm, like I said, they're going to be live in a few minutes here, and they're live every week. Now, sometimes it's Jerry and Susan giving us a chance to get to know them, but often they're out at different meetups, willing to meet with any number of creators, even some of these larger ones with 80 channels worth of creators and supporters. If not, sometimes they're doing live streams where they got panels. They're going to introduce us to even more friends. So you're likely going to make a lot of connections when you're over there. Jerry's let us know he's promoting the channel hard with the YouTube promotion system. So the channel's growing extremely rapidly, working on 74,000 right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther. And then what we're going to do is look at P&J's Homestead Adventure right now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Yeah, hopefully after the summer, I'll start getting my ducks in a row there and start planning to do a little bit of traveling where I get an opportunity. Might be a long while before I can take off for any length of time, but I haven't been across the border in a long time either, but maybe we'll start doing that again. But meetups are always fun. I've been lucky to meet up with people like Just Jason Keto and more over here, and Rambling with the Brooms and a few other people, but I'd love to start getting a little bit farther out there as well. P&J's Homestead Adventure is Paula and Jason, and I remember the very first video I saw on this channel, I talk about it often, where this watermelon was turned into what I called a really cool party trick. Now, they've got all 4 seasons to show us, but one of the things I noticed when they first started coming into the Superchat channel a couple years ago is the collaborations they were already getting involved with. This garden tour club was something that was done with Gale Southern Living, and they've gotten involved in a few of these things when I've caught them out in other channels, or thinking about the connections that they've made. I know that they're out there and not just connecting with creators, but enthusiastically adding engagement and context. And what I mean by that is conversation in the chats. They really start to get to know the creators behind the channels, and you see it even here in Tuber Chat with the things they say in the chat. But everywhere that they go, they're talking about creators, obviously in a positive way, but you can see the real connections that they're making, if that makes any sense. So of course, homesteading content, they could be indoors, could be outdoors. Like I said, they got all 4 seasons to show us. Shorts over here have gotten into 2,000, 2,200, 2,600 on one of them, and then live streams. So they did one of these as an experiment last year. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. They're working on 1,200 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go in another moment here.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Lewis Acre Farm Karma has a couple of series of live streams, which is a big focus on the channel. Meet Me Monday is something they've been doing for a long time. I joined them for an episode of that, which I'm grateful for. They introduce us to a different creator every single Monday, and this is really cool. They've got another open panel idea on Tuesday here, so lots of opportunity to meet lots more friends when we get here. And obviously Lewis Acre Farm Karma is going to bring us more homesteading style content. When we get onto the channel, we find a lot of spiritual inspiration though as well, especially in these videos. The thoughts for Thursday, for instance. So they do really well with themes and are quite consistent actually as well. They're working on 500 or 600 subscribers now. They've got their 500. We'd love to get a few more here so that they can keep that locked in. And forgive me, P&J's Homestead Adventure, I hear myself like tripping over my words. It's just because I'm trying to race. And I don't mean to do that. I let myself talk way too much earlier in the stream, so now we got to fire through these channels as quick as we can. We still got 15 minutes to go. And then thank you, eVentures. Thank you for that. They got a premiere going right now. And then Lewis Acre Farm Karma's got shorts over here, more in line with their long form content, getting into 2,500, 6,200 views. And then again with the live streams, we see the Monday and Tuesday series, and then they might do pop-ups, and they've been featured on many other channels as well. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So after Tuber Chat, in another 15 minutes, we're going to do a 1-hour stream on our copyright-free music channel like we usually do. It's like a virtual nightclub over there. We got beats pumping. We got a video game going in the chat. Everybody can participate in the chat with simple commands. And it's a lot of fun over there. We play slots. We play roulette. We jump around and things like that. And then Michael's Adventures will have a premiere for us. Lots of other creators have content tonight. Butler Family Farm probably just went live right now. And then when we look at Canadian family life, we see a channel from New Brunswick. Tiffany is the creator behind the channel, but her whole family gets involved. They're hopping in and out of all the videos and often live streams as well. They got a new video here from yesterday. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. And they bring us a lot of homesteading style content as well. They've got a indoor container garden, which is impeccable. I don't know how they keep it so neat and tidy and everything else, but Tiffany's known for a lot of food bank grocery hauls, as well as a lot of cooking videos. And then this channel features a lot of shout outs for other creators, Happy Meal videos, and a lot of vlogging now. They started some vlogging over Christmas, and they've done a few more of these since, which gives us more of a look into their daily life. Then when we get into shorts, we see 2,800 views on a couple of them, 5,600 on another one with some winter weather there. Then live streams on the channel. So Tiffany's on occasionally, usually every couple of months or so. And like I said, the family's hopping in and out all the time. But Tiffany's also been very recognizable because she's been featured on dozens of other channels. It was one of the first things I noticed when they started coming into the Tuber Chat family here a couple of years ago, is that I'd see Tiffany seemingly everywhere. So you'll obviously meet more friends when you're on her channel as well. All of our beloved and dedicated moderators allow people to connect. Leonica, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive my very quick speeches this time. Let's take a break again, but we're just going to go for the 3.5 minutes. I won't play a clip this time. Hi, Bear Nation. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. That's Grismatically Clever with a channel name change there. I noticed that the other day. I went back to see who that was. Yeah, Hi Bear Nation, good to see you in the house. They're actually a longtime friend. Let's go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back. forgot to spin the wheel before we went on that break there, so I had to spin it just as I turned the screen off. But Broke But Bountifully Blessed, Carol came up, and we're going to look at this channel. It's fairly new to Tuber Chat, so I'm going to watch a second piece of content now. I think I've only seen the one video so far. There are 390 subscribers right now, though, so we'd love to get them a little bit closer to the 400 they're thinking about. And then they've got a small amount of video, information on their About section. And they let us know what to expect on the channel, mostly homesteading style content, getting into 1,000 views and 1,200 on a couple of these shorts videos, which is great to see. And then live streams. So they did one a few weeks ago. We'll see if they're going to continue those. We've got notification bells on for every single channel that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So in a few more minutes here, we're going to go over to our copyright free music channel for a hour-long music stream. It's like a virtual nightclub over there. We got a video game going and everything else. People trickle in and out of there all the time. Usually a few people come over from here. And then Michael's Adventures will have a premiere after as well. And I'll leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes so that everybody can clean up their connections here before we go over there if you'd like.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Super Rainbow Queen, good to see you here. And we're looking at what used to be Timmy Ray the King. There's a new channel called Timmy the Racing Channel, but the creator behind this channel has been with us for many years. They got 111 subscribers right now, and obviously they're bringing us a lot of exciting, fast-paced racing on their channel. It's all shorts right now, but they're started to get into 3,000, halfway to 4,000, and over 5,000. So hopefully everybody will connect with Timmy the Racing Channel. I mentioned it earlier in the stream today, but if you come across a channel that doesn't have videos longer than 3 minutes, it's okay. It's just we want to always be connecting with longer videos if we can. In this case, you see my subscription sticks, which means it works to connect here. What I would do is I would connect with at least 2 different videos on the channel, and that shows YouTube that you cared enough to go back for seconds, and that's enough to hold our connection together. And then Timmy the Racing Channel get right back to you after you connect with them like we always do. I Am Betty J Gathers is coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
I Am Betty J Gathers. Why does Elton John come up when I'm putting your channel in the search results there? Is there something that I didn't catch? I'm as much of an Elton John fan as anybody else, but I thought that was kind of different. I Am Betty J Gathers is working on 3,000 subscribers. She's long past the 2,900 now, and officially on the road to 3,000, which is great to see. I Am Betty J Gathers has new content coming, so we're looking forward to that. This creator's monetized as well. She's here as a beloved and dedicated moderator, which means she allows connections on her channel, and she actually did a series of interviews just a few months ago. I was a part of that as well. I was grateful for that. And I Am Betty J Gathers is somebody who recently did a lot of vlogging. She really brings us into her life. You can see she's always smiling, always laughing. Sometimes she's in her home. Sometimes she takes us on the road. She could be doing anything at all. When we look at shorts on the channel, this creator's done 365 shorts in 1 year. She continues the shorts today, and some of the newest ones have gotten into 13,000 and 15,000 views, but she has plenty that feature just the creator herself at 7, 8, 9, 10,000 views. which is a great trick to have accomplished. Here's a lot of the interviews I was talking about. They were inspired by Crystal Sparkle here. She's a dear friend also. And I Am Betty J Gathers has been doing live streams for as long as I can remember. She's had plenty of guests, plenty of conversation, and even in the live stream, smiling and laughing. She often talks about healthy eating, healthy living, intermittent fasting. She talks about the YouTube journey and basically living her best life over 60, even though I feel all of her content can relate to just about anybody. Let's spin the wheel and we'll see what's coming up with the Debbie Way Gaming.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
She made me laugh the other day, and I can't help it now. Every time I look at the name of the channel, it doesn't matter if it's in the chat or especially putting it up on the screen right now, is because she goes, the Debbiest. And now I copied it from her. I think it's just the funniest thing. The Debbie Way Gaming has been a long-time friend here in Superchat. She's going to bring a lot of video gameplay. I caught her, I thought it was this morning. Was it this morning you were on that I caught you? Yeah, 3 hours ago. And playing different video games, of course. She's got a couple more live streams set up for a few days from now, so we'll look forward to that. Looks like she's got 2 different ones together for the 22nd, so that's going to be Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. And you can see the different titles that she's got here, and Debbie Way Gaming is going to also bring us a lot of mobile gameplay here, getting into 21,000, 32,000 views. And then I think Fairbrick Studio had some of these videos. Is it Fairbrick Studio that has this game as well? Because we've seen some of these shorts do really well. And then videos on the channel also. So I'm just going to grab your Windows 8 demo. This is interesting. I haven't seen anything like that before. I'll see what they're doing in this video. I'll put this into my catch-up list, and that'll give me a chance to somewhat keep caught up with them. And then, hopefully everybody will connect with the Debbie Way Gaming. Like I said, they've been a long-time friend. Let's spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Actually, so I am going to slip one more channel in there because Hannah Rebecca has been here for the entirety of the stream. Just Jason Keto is coming up right now. We'll see what this creator is going to bring us for healthy eating and healthy living. Usually he talks particularly about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Once in a while there's a small bit of variety on the channel, but it pretty much almost all coincides together. Once in a while he'll take us for a trip if he's traveling somewhere, an outdoor adventure, but otherwise even the product reviews on the channel. He's got a barbecue review here. Weber's obviously a huge brand name. He's got the Dash Minis out there. He's got the air fryer. I talked about this earlier, and a ton of recipes on his channel. He's very known for these chaffle recipes, but he's got lots of other recipes on the channel as well that feature only a few ingredients, simple, easy to make, and really don't take a lot of time as well. So totally right up my alley for somebody who doesn't spend enough time in the kitchen, let's just say. And then when we look at what Just Jason Keto and More has got on his channel, a lot of guests join him both for videos, if I dig through a few of these here, as well as live streams. There's Kendra from Consume the Goodness. Anita's around here somewhere. He's got other creators. There she is right there. I say creators, but influencers, let's just say. And when we look at live streams, we see that sometimes Jason is on his own, sometimes he's got a guest, sometimes he's actually introducing us to a few people at once, and then once in a while he does a cook-along live stream. But every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, Just Jason Keto is on, and he's got a vibrant community to help us with questions and comments when we're in the chat as well. The conversation can go just about anywhere, but it's primarily talking about a healthy keto-based diet or lifestyle, healthy eating and healthy living, and then shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 views, one which I've seen over 22,000. I promise you that is as entertaining as it is informative. And then I should drop the link again for our copyright-free music channel. The live stream is already running. We'll go over there for an hour, and then Michael's Adventures will have a premiere. But everybody can connect the same way we do here in Superchat, and we do link drops on that channel as well. And you can do that for yourself in the chat pretty much as often as you want. Hannah Rebecca brings us vlogging.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Superchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And thank you, everybody, for the 100 thumbs up. Thanks, I am Betty J. Gathers, especially for what in Canada is a holiday. I didn't know what to expect, but a Monday stream usually isn't this busy, so we're overwhelmed today, and thank you, everybody, for that. Hannah Rebecca is somebody I've swapped playlists with, actually, so when you start to dig through the videos here, you see every red line on every single video. But this creator does vlogging in its truest sense, so there could be anything at all included in their daily routines or adventures. I'm just grabbing the latest video to put that into my catch-up list. It's been a few weeks here. And then shorts on this channel as well. Hannah Rebecca has gotten into 1,200, won over 35,000, which is great to see, my goodness. And then she'll be willing to swap playlists for watch hours for sure. She's been a long time friend. She's been with us at least a couple of years, could be even longer than that, if I'm not mistaken. Well over 2,000 subscribers now, and it looks like she's got that nice and locked in. I'll spin the wheel just for fun. And thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everyone can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we stream. We're going to be on Friday again. It's a bit of an extended wait between now and then we'll be on again Sunday, and I'll try to set up the next few streams so that we can get some kind of a schedule happening. Judgment Day Mike Harper is up on the screen. We're going to talk about his content in a second. I hope everybody will thank our moderators as well and connect with them if you haven't already. These live streams couldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help, and as much as I wish we could get through more channels in 3 hours, we wouldn't even be able to get through what we do if it wasn't for them. Judgment Day Mike Harper is working on 700 subscribers. This creator is going to bring us a lot of movie reviews and a few other topics as well on the channel. You get an idea through the thumbnails about the different things they've been bringing lately. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,400, 2,200 views. Live streams on the channel as well. They've been doing a lot of wrestling coverage lately. And what this creator has also got going on is a second channel, Michael W. Harper. And we can see that this creator is going to do a lot of DVD reviews on this channel as well. They give us a chance to get to know them, but I see they've got a brand new video here. One of the things we don't think of, for anybody that's got especially nostalgia on the mind, you want to get back into some of the 90s and early 2000s stuff, or even earlier than that, there's a lot of thrift stores and things that have DVDs and CDs and stuff you can buy for $1 or $2. And I got a few friends that talk about that kind of thing, filling in the gaps in our collections over the years. But Michael W. Harper is going to give us a lot of reviews, a chance to get to know him in some of the shorts as well, getting close to 500 views there, and a few live streams he's done up to last year. We'll keep that notification bell on for every channel, so hopefully we'll catch him if he's going to do another one. Again, please forgive me for the channels we did not get to. I hope you'll come over to our copyright-free music channel. I pinned the link. I'll drop it again in a moment. You can continue connecting with people there. It can be a lot of fun, and it's very different from what we do here. But lots of friends to be made, and music playing, a video game going, and link drops over there. So we'll see everybody again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first 1,000 subs to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.